Okay. Dan who? Dan double U. Let's go. Ow, wow, listen right now. Everybody knows the man that says pow. Start the show, gonna talk some toys. This is for the grown-up girls and boys making noise. Let's start the show. Talking Marvel Legends and the money that we blow. Honestly, look, there ain't no stopping me. Turtles and Joes too, let's do this properly. Need to buy more toys, don't tell my bank. Wasn't me, promise it was Hellfire Hank. Whole Who crew, look, they made me do it. If it lands at my door, then I best review it. Screw it, I don't usually boast, but I got Rich M, he's here to host. Raise a toast and raise some ducks. This isn't your average show, we're deluxe. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and I'm sure you already are. Welcome back to episode 198 of the Dan Who live stream. You know, we are approaching 200 episodes now, which is pretty impressive, but you know I cannot do it on my own. So joining me today to talk about Secret Wars, but shh, it's a secret. It is, of course, Rich M, displayed once. Rich, it's a secret, all right? Just be careful.
Is it Secret Wars? Who knows, Dan? Is it Secret Wars?
I said to Rich before he went live, we were expecting the big reveal today of him being in his brand new room. I want to see those green walls, Rich. You promised us green walls.
I promise next week I will move the stuff back in. I promise.
You promised us last week we'd get green walls. So
I just can't be bothered. Like, I come home from work. It's just too much work moving everything back. So.
All right, cool.
Need time.
All right, we'll be there soon enough. But today is, of course, Secret Wars. We are literally 2 weeks away, to the day, by the way, 2 weeks away from not only the Deadpool movie being released, Deadpool and Wolverine, but also San Diego Comic-Con. And for us, Marvel Legends, toy collectors, whatever it may be, it's basically our Christmas time in regards to reveals and new stuff. So I do think in 2 weeks' time...
Hang on, Daniel. You've missed out the biggest anniversary in 2 weeks' time.
Go on.
It's show 200, Daniel.
Shit, you know what? It would be, wouldn't it? So in the same week, we've got 200th episode, it's Comic-Con, and the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. It's like they lined everything up to accumulate with our 200th episode. That's how important it is. Disney
definitely not us missing weeks for being ill. Definitely not that at all.
Look, we've been pretty consistent, to be fair, so I'm happy with it. But yes, 200 episodes or 200 live shows on the Thursday. Way more than 200 episodes of throughout the network. But yes, good time for toy collecting. So we're going to be breaking down Secret Wars today. Basically, 40 years ago to the year, Mattel released their line of Secret War figures. Secret Wars, the actual comic, was basically created for Mattel so they could sell some toys. They didn't have a cartoon like He-Man and Masters of the Universe, so Marvel made them a comic book, which lasted the whole year, I believe. So they had 3 waves or 2.5 waves. We will break it down. Some characters make sense, some characters not so much, but that's what we're going to go to today. We're going to go back in time and recap the figures that came out 40 years ago and think, if Legends were to do a nice tribute retro card, which, let's be honest, they do a pretty good job of them, who would be in that wave and why? Which one would make the most sense? Have they already left some breadcrumbs as to what will be in the wave? We'll have to find out. But first...
That rock. Secret Wars rock.
Secret Wars the rock. I've been...
Battle World piece or something. Yeah, that could be it. That could be it.
I have been reading Secret Wars just to sort of refresh my knowledge, and there's a lot of blown up parts and rocks and boulders and crazy weather, so yeah, you never know. Just a rock in a single retro card as well could be.
Have you got to Wasp slag bagging with Magneto yet?
In their little secret base alone? Oh, it's
yeah.
So lonely in here. Yes, I have. Oh, you captured me. Oh, no, I guess this is what... Oh, yeah, it didn't go well. Right, okay, let's go to the housekeeping. First and foremost, go and check out all the other long-form content on the channel. Breaking news about Legend and Liquor. I do apologise, all right? But Legend and Liquor this week is cancelled. I'm so sorry. I don't know how else to break the news to you. But I don't know if anyone noticed, but there was a football game yesterday. And Ollie Watkins may have just scored in the 90th minute, sending England to their second consecutive Euro final, which means, unfortunately, I cannot stream. I cannot miss England in a European final on Sunday. So I'm going to have to move Legends and Liquor. I haven't quite figured out the date. It might just be next Sunday, and we might do 2 in a row, one pre-Comic-Con, one post-Comic-Con. So I will let you guys know, but I appreciate your understanding. England getting into the Euro finals is a big deal. I know there's some shit kicking off with the Copa America as well at the minute, but the Euros have been good and England have been lucky, but we will take it. We will take it. Rich genuinely joined the Zoom call today by saying hola, like he's already trying to wind me up. But anyway,
if anyone's looking for something to do on Sunday, me and Phil Jones will be starting a brand new podcast. I love Spain. Come and watch.
Rich's podcast, he loves Spain. No. Anyway, go and check out the long form content on the channel. Turtles and Tea. Me and Tanner actually did a brand new Turtles and Tea. It is on the channel right now. Me and Tanner doing our pre-San Diego Comic-Con Turtles and Tea, talking about all the speculation, wants, desires, wish lists from all things Turtles, from NECA, Super 7, all that good stuff. Go and check out the playlist on the channel right now. Joe's and Juice, we will be back because they are officially launching the Hasbro HasLab G.I. Joe on the 25th. Like, Cobra Commander's already out there spreading the word, so it's official. We knew we were getting it anyway, but G.I. Joe news is incoming as well. So go and check out all the long form content on the channel. If you want to contribute to what we're doing here today, then anything over £4 or $4 will be appreciated. And not only will it help go towards contributing towards the channel and keeping my lights on, it will also be read out loud by our talking robot assistant Friday, who sometimes works on a Thursday, all right? If someone wants to test her out for me, I always appreciate that first one. Super chat, you can just press that little $sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat or the Streamlabs donation link at the top of the YouTube description. I appreciate that. You take it one step further, you become a channel member. What happens when you become a channel member? Well, you get to be part of the channel as we do the after show every single Thursday for the Who Crew Deluxe tier. Last week was a bit weird because last week we started teaching Rich geography and we went through a lot of different continents and learnt about countries. It was basically an education. So if you want some extra education, you can join the new Who Crew Deluxe tier and get some toy talk and education. Again, you've got to be part of those shows to know all these inside jokes I'm referring to, but always a good time.
Everyone thinks I know everything, but if they watch that, they would see that my knowledge is mostly just Marvel comic books. Anything else, completely rubbish.
For Rich to retain all this Marvel knowledge, he needed to push everything out of his brain, and we learned that on the after show this week. So yes, go back. If you are a Who Crew Deluxe tier member, you can do exactly that. But we will be live today talking about Secret Wars with you guys. So first, let's just go through some plugs for myself. Wolverine, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Hulkbuster and Warbird reviews are all up on the channel now. I've had a look on YouTube and I can't find anyone else with a Warbird or Hulkbuster, but there are plenty of Luke Cage and Iron Fist. I think they're in stock in the UK tomorrow as well. So if you've pre-ordered a Luke Cage and the Iron Fist 2-pack in the UK, the independents are going to have it in hand tomorrow. So if you pay for that next day delivery, you can have it by Saturday, all right? So that is on the way. Wolverine is also up. Again, really, really nice figure. That's technically Rich's, so I need to send that back to him. But I appreciate it, Rich. Thank you very much.
Diamond of a figure, Dan. Diamond of a figure.
Diamond of a figure. Yeah, I'm still like, what? What is he on about? Hero Collections, I know that guy. He says, anyone free the 27th of NGzers would say?
Gen
Zers. Okay, we're cooking, he says. Yeah, like, just planting the seed. Just planting the seed here. If you are in the London area around San Diego Comic-Con time, there may be something happening, all right? So if you're in the Who Crew and you're in London, and you're available that date that Brandon's referring to, then hit me up, all right? I may be able to give you a little hint, little tease of what may be happening. But yeah, I may also be in London now on the 27th of July. But you will find out soon.
What about our SDCC breakdown now, Dan? What's going to happen with that?
Look, we're going to do it.
Jay, I'm available.
I'm willing. I don't want another person breaching contract, for God's sake. I am willing to go live straight after the actual panel. But it's going to be a late one. That's the issue. Like, I'll do it. If
you'll be on a train, go and come back.
No, the panel, the Marvel panel is usually late, isn't it? So it's either late Friday or late Saturday. They haven't put the schedule out yet. But it's basically like 1 o'clock in the morning, isn't it, for us? What I'm saying is I'm willing to go live whenever it is 2 o'clock in the morning to recap. But again, I'm an idiot. I can do that. Rich, probably not. But we'll discuss when things get officially revealed anyway. But we'll see. And look,
I'll check, Dan. There's things you can't do for me that other people can. But if I can fit you around that, then
okay, it's not. Okay, let's go to the chat, because Jay is already trying to sign you up, which I don't appreciate. Jay, we're trying to nab my co-host during my own stream. There is a question at the top of the poll. Again, we are going to get into Secret Wars. If you're here just for Secret Wars, then bear with, or just skip ahead on the replay crew. It's completely up to you. It says, do you like the idea of the Marvel Legends Secret Wars retro wave? Yes, love retro cards. I don't know if you know someone else who likes retro cards, but I certainly do. It depends on what characters they select, because I know that's going to be a big deal for some people. Some people like me just would like some pretty retro cards, nostalgic tribute to the original line. But other people, it matters what characters. It does matter to me really as well, but I'm just a sucker for retro cards. But yes, it all depends on character selection, and no thank you, not for me. Only 7% say no thank you, not for me. 30% all depends on the characters, and 63% are just like me, and they're like, I love retro cards. Bring it on. Which one would you vote for there, Rich? I'm assuming you'd be all depends on the character selection.
Yeah, because I'm gonna like rip them out. I haven't got that attachment to the Secret Wars thing. If Hasbro had released a wave of Generation X retro cards this year, I'd have been all over it. But they chose a different anniversary for the old people.
Yeah, I was going to say
they've got to give it to the older people, because they're going to be dead soon. I could be around for Generation X 40. I'll wait for that.
Isn't it only it's their 30th anyway, isn't it? So it's
only 30. Yes, I've got 10 years time for Generation X, man. Give the oldies their Secret Wars before they can't buy things anymore.
Still got half of the year to go, Rich. The Secret Wars thing is just a rumor right now. It's just a rumor. So we could get Generation X at some point this year. We could be. Still half the year.
At the Church of Rectangular, I worship Daniel, and there's been no Generation X leak from the Church of Rectangular at the moment.
The Church of Rectangular.
I wait with bated breath.
All right, Todd. Rich wants to know. Figure it out for him, all right? Let's say hello to some people in the chat. Let me just scroll up for a second. Tanner's in the chat. Again, go and check our replay of Turtles and Tea on the channel right now. Philly Jones, Lady Mac, Ice King James, Arvin, Paul McCartney, bring toys to work. Says, it's a pal kind of day. Absolutely. Compulsive Collector, RP. I'm not speaking to Jay anymore since he's trying to steal my co-host. Curtis, Andy B, Phil Jones is another big English fan. Not really. He's definitely joining Rich's Spanish podcast this weekend. Who else we got? Paul McCarthy says, can't be that secret. I read the comics back in the 80s. Look, the toys are a secret though right now, right? No one knows. Jay says he called the Battle World rock in week 1. He did, to be fair. So, again, that stupid rock. I just want to know what the hell it is.
What if like at San Diego Comic they don't show the rock? Just keep it going for the year. Like
the biggest. That would stress me out, to be fair. That would stress me out. Figure Cave Collectibles says Secret Wars He-Man Superpowers were my first figures. Yeah, that makes sense, because I think at the time Mattel were making Secret Wars, it was to sort of not partner, but to be released because Kenner had the DC license, essentially. So yeah, Kenner were doing Superpowers DC, and then Mattel had He-Man, but they wanted their own superhero line, so they went to Marvel, and that's how we got Secret Wars. And yeah, Mattel actually came up with Secret Wars as well, if I remember correctly. I did read a little bit before I went on the stream, by the way, so it's not like I remember this.
They said, "Oh, Marvel, make some better female villains. That's what we need for this line." And then they made 0 females in the entire line. Well done. I
think I figured out how to say Titania, though. Because we say Titania, but in the comic, she actually says a line where she wants to rename herself because she's like a Titan. Like, she wants to be strong like a Titan. So, you don't say Titan, do you? So, I reckon it's Titania.
Nah, I just think because it's like Shakespeare, isn't it? Titania.
But she says Titan. She actually...
A guy called Bottomman made him Perry. It rhymes. It doesn't work. Iambic pentameter. It doesn't work for Midsummer Night's Dream if it's not Titania.
The mystery continues.
Titania it is, right? Titania.
I'm fine with that. I told you, I'm fine with that name. Who else we got? Dale, Cloud, Queen Comics says like and subscribe. Over 100 people watching. Let's so Dan some love and like this live stream. Yeah, please do. Hit that like button, subscribe, all of that good stuff. You can't actually type in the chat unless you subscribe. So every person in the chat is subscribing. If you have a little question mark or a little Hellfire Hank next to your name, you are a channel member, so I appreciate you even more so. If you don't, then you smell. What can I say? That's not my fault. They be the rules. They be the rules. I was arguing with my YouTube comment section earlier this week, and I think I said the word idiot, and someone said, you can't call your subscribers, I'm a subscriber, you can't call me an idiot. And in my head, I'm like biting my tongue, so I'm like, you can still be a fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean? Like, sorry, like, I appreciate you supporting the channel, but you
just gone down one subscriber now.
Yeah, good riddance to you idiot. People are so... Oh, don't get me started. Right, okay. Let's talk Secret Wars. I appreciate everyone joining us today. I'm assuming you are here because, like ourselves, you may have heard through the grapevine. And when I say through the grapevine, we basically translate to through our friend, Mr. Rectangular. Okay, this is all blame him, not us. We are just regurgitating this information that is already spreading around the interwebs, all right? We're not the first people to speak about this. We will not be the last people to speak about this on the run-up to San Diego Comic-Con. But there is potentially...
I like the Strong Collectors recap. That was a good one.
Yes,
go and watch that.
Shout out the Strong Collectors, as always, of course. But you know Marvel like anniversaries. This year's summer program is all about celebrating 85 years of Marvel, even though the characters they're releasing are quite modern. But anyway, they love a title. You're trying to figure that out in your head as well. You're like, where are the new ones? Yeah. So anyway, my point is they love a gimmick. They love an anniversary, right? They've done it multiple times in recent years where Marvel will lean on an anniversary for a theme, for releases, whatever it may be. So I think it's only fair to say lines like Generation X, who celebrate their 30th years. Punisher celebrates an anniversary this year as well. But what else celebrates an anniversary is, of course, Secret Wars. 1984, Mattel released a line of Secret Wars toys. And again, Secret Wars was a name concept that Mattel gave to Marvel. And then Marvel went and wrote the story about it, which at the time, from reading online, it seems like it was quite controversial because they changed characters' personalities to suit the story or whatnot. But again, I didn't read this until way later in time. When did you read Secret Wars, Rich? Like, were you like, when were you introduced to it?
Mid 90s, I'd say.
Yeah.
When I was like, because I was really into like Storm in a leather look with a mohawk. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. And so I was just reading stories like that. And then I went into I read Secret Wars. I think it was like in like the 20 pence or 5 for a pound comic books.
Yeah.
I just picked up. I didn't read it in order, so I think I had like issues 1, 2, then like 5, 6, and 8. Like I had it completely wrong, so I missed issues. But that's where I first read it, and then like Hasbro did the 3.75 inch. They did a Secret Wars line, didn't they? Which came with the comic books, like 2 packs.
Hasbro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not long ago, yeah, for sure.
So like I remember like reading that then, and I've like read the graphic novel since then, and like Secret Wars 2, and then Secret Wars Jonathan Hickman, and then all the Secret Wars. Deadpool's Secret War with Deadpool was actually there. There's everyone's been in Secret Wars.
Yeah, I was buying comics weekly at the time of the newer Secret Wars. So it was at that time, and that was about 2015, right, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So it was about then that I actually, because Secret Wars was happening in the comics, I went back and read the original Secret Wars around about then. And then, as I said to you today, I was doing a little reread, but I have read the whole story, and I do like just seeing the random team of heroes together, a random team of villains interact that wouldn't usually. So it's a fun concept, and again, Marvel themselves have leaned on it a few times now, and they've used it. I
think it was like the first time Marvel like mixed all its characters together into one big story. So
that's what I mean. So you've seen characters interact that you wouldn't usually see, and again, Hasbro have used it as a voice to like connect their story plots and multiverse. Because that's how, after the 2015, they got the Ultimate Universe. Yeah. Sort of blurred into the 616, and that's how we got Miles in the regular Marvel canon and stuff like that. So they have used it as a voice to sort of pick the things they like from other universes, crossovers, whatever it may be, and sort of blur them together. So it's a fun concept all the same. And again, Mattel encouraged Marvel to do so they could make some toys. So this is what we got. So Marvel's Superheroes Secret Wars, and that is what we got. So we're going to go through everything today that they released. There was 2 full waves, lots of vehicles and play sets as well, and yeah, like again, 12 series, 12 issues of the comic. If we look at the first cover, we already have quite a lot of those figures already, to be fair. And if you look down here, Rich, who's that in the green with the little bit of white hair?
It's Rogue. We just got revealed in a 2-pack with, oh my god, so many accessories. Oh my god, look at it. Look at all those accessories.
It's like the news ties itself together because, yes, just today, the Rogue 2-pack with Destiny, packed with accessories. That box is filled to the brim.
I think she's absorbed them all. I think they've got her powers wrong. She doesn't actually absorb things into her, but they think all the extra heads, all the special things, they've gone into her. That's what they think.
I'm so glad they gave Destiny the young head, the old head, her crossbow, her diary, all those key accessories for her. Look, how are Hasbro not embarrassed by this? Do you know what I mean? Like, how have they went, no, that'll do. No, we're happy with that. Like, come on now, Hasbro, you're taking the mick. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a sucker because I'm going to buy it because I need Destiny anyway. And again, that's Secret Wars Rogue and I'm on a Secret Wars hype. But that is an empty box. It's an empty box. What's the reason for that, Rich?
Money, Dan, money.
I'm just going to ask the chat real quick. The live question for you guys that are watching us live now. What's your favourite accessory that they packed in here? just curious, what is your favourite accessory of the Rogue and Destiny 2-pack? I'm curious. Is it Destiny's fisted hands or Rogue's expressive hands? Because it's a tough choice. Rich, do you have a favourite accessory?
I like the plastic that surrounds them. I think that's quite cool. You can pretend they change. Emma Frost has got them in a psychic prison. Loads of things you can do with it. It's so much variety with this.
Look, the chat are playing along with us. We've got some answers. Jamie said Rogue's left hand. Aunt Jamelia says the left hand looks great. The fisted hand says the Super Turk. Jay says the invisible Mystique. Yeah, that's true. The Mystique is very invisible in that 2-pack, to be fair.
Mystique is one of the hands. There you go.
Yeah, the right hand, says Jason Lopez. My favourite accessory is the Rogue figure that nobody wanted, says Matt. Now, Matt, we are trying to change your mind. As I said, that was a perfect segue, as today we are talking about Secret Wars and the characters that we can already add to this sort of line. And Rogue, on this front cover of Secret Wars 1, this is Secret Wars 1, Rogue is right there. The figure is out. So Hasbro are already planting the seed for Secret Wars accurate characters, and I think this 2-pack is going to complement more things to come this year. Maybe that Secret Wars rumored wave. So you may think, oh, it's not the Rogue I want now, but again, collecting's all about world building, and when that wave comes out, there may be some potential to create a little Secret Wars team. As we're going to discuss today as we go through all of these, who have we already got? Who do we need? What characters do we already have in their accurate costumes? So, again, you may think, oh, I don't need that Rogue. But after you start filling out the Secret Wars team, you may think, you know what? She'd look great in this display. So we will discuss. But we did want to mention that today this has gone up for pre-order on Amazon, but only on the Amazon US. It's in stock right now on Amazon US. Lots of pretty promotional images showing off all the different poses you can do with all of those accessories. Again, we joke, but it is a pretty shit. There's no accessories. I do still want that Destiny though, and I do want Rogue, so I will be buying it. But it is frustrating that the box is very bare. Are you the same as me, Rich? A frustrated purchase because you want the characters in your collection, but yeah, that box is pretty naff.
I mean, I know other people don't like this look for Rogue, but I said I wanted this Rogue look a long time, and Destiny is a much needed figure, so I'm happy with both of these. But it just could have come with a bit more for a 2-pack. I think it's trapping people in, because I think a lot of people would want Destiny to complete the Brotherhood, and maybe there might be some people out there who want Rogue just to do that Secret Wars lineup, like you said, who don't need a Destiny. So it's kind of it's that forcing you to buy one to get another type of thing. And again, Destiny would have made more sense with an updated Mystique. It would have. Yeah. It just would have. It would have. And then Rogue could have been in the Secret Wars wave.
Exactly.
No one would have moaned, but people would have moaned. But
because this is so lackluster with accessories, it does make me think. Again, this is all just speculation. I don't know anything, but behind the scenes, logistically, exclusives sometimes are an extra product, because someone like Hasbro will be like, yeah, we're taking exclusive. So then Hasbro have to find a way to make an exclusive work with whatever's remaining, whatever. So maybe Rogue was in line to be in the Secret Wars wave, but then Amazon was like, we're taking over exclusives. They were like, oh shit, let's put that Rogue we were going to do there, put it there. So, but I agree. They've been doing pretty good with 2-packs this year. Talking about the Wasp and Hank Pym 2-pack to complement the upcoming HasLab. We've just got the Luke Cage and Iron Fist, which was a perfect 2-pack as well. So they were close to getting it right. Not that this is wrong. It's just not as popular as the Mystique and Destiny would have been. So that would have made more sense for characters too.
No, the Spider-Man, F-Force, and Wolverine.
Yep.
Was that the same as this? Was that just extra hands?
Yeah. And on
So it's
old Marvel Legend bodies as well, like Wolverine.
and
Still
they are
got
both on
pins.
these newer boxes. That's what I'm just worried about. Is
Yeah.
that the way forward with these two packs? Are we just gonna get
I hope.
hands?
I just hope that these are the couple of bonus exclusive packs that they do. Just to, again, if that's the way you can get Destiny in the line, I'll take it. But it would have been nice to have an alternative head or something. That's all. That's all. But anyway, it's out right now. And if you want to pre-order it in the UK on Amazon, you can't because Amazon UK are like 2 weeks delayed. No one knows why. It's a logistical mystery. But she's in stock right now in the US. If you want to pay that extra shipping, you can pre-order it from Amazon US to ship to the UK. But it will eventually hit the UK, I'm sure. You just have to wait.
I like Matt Martins in the chat. Who says that's not Mystique? Exactly. They both Mystique. Everyone is Mystique.
It's true. Everybody is Mystique. It's all good. But there you go. That is out now. But anyway, back to Secret Wars. I just want to go back to the chat real quick. I missed a couple of channel membership tokens. I do apologise. What did Tanner say? Tanner says Super 7 are going nuts with the San Diego Comic-Con announcements this afternoon. Thanks for letting us know during our Marvel conversation, Tanner. We talk about that on the after show, Tanner. On the after show. Distracting right now. Distracting. Jamie says, hello, people. 40 months. There has also been a graphic audio of Secret Wars if you cannot be asked to read it. Yeah, there you go. If you can't be asked to read or you cannot read, you can listen to the audio book for Secret Wars, which I think Jamie's just give away. That's what he did, the lazy bastard. Because who else would he have known about it? Jamie, did you enjoy the listen? Was it good? Who was it voiced by? Anyway, but thank you very much for being a channel member for 40 months. Both of you bastards. Look at them. 40 months, both of you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Right. Let's keep going. Secret Wars. Right. Let's talk about the toys then. So, as I've already showed you, Mattel, 1984, released a line of figures. Let's start breaking it down, shall we? So there are your 12 issues. Your 12 issues of Secret Wars. You can buy that now in Omnibus. I'm sure you can get it in a hardback, paperback, etc., etc. I'm sure Rich owns one. Do you own one, Rich?
I do own a trade paperback of this. Yes, I do.
Yeah. And again, it's one of those iconic stories as well. Like, again, look at that cover. Some iconic covers there. That black suit cover. First time Spider-Man wore the black suit before we even knew it was a symbiote and Venom. It was just a black suit. It was just a black suit. I love the cover with the Hulk. Do you know the Hulk holding up the planet? Or holding up the base?
The giant rock?
The giant... Oh, we figured it out, people. We figured it out. Hang on, let me get this cover, better an image of this cover, because I do like this cover. They've already added some Easter eggs in the MCU regarding Secret Wars, because in Endgame, obviously, Giant Man is holding up... the Hulk's actually holding it up for Rocket, right? And then Giant Man grows out of it, isn't he? So that was a little wink and nod to Secret Wars. But yeah, the Hulk is literally holding up the giant rock for Secret Wars. But then the other covers... are really, really nice as well. So some great covers there, 12 issues. And then from that, we get Wave 1. So let's start breaking this down. First and foremost, Captain America, who the heroes all chose to lead. He was, even with characters like Reed Richards and characters like Professor X, they all agreed that Captain America should lead. So, of course, he had to be in Wave 1. And he comes with his trademark shield. Oh, wait. No, he doesn't. He comes with a lenticular shield and not his trademark shield, which frustrated some collectors as it's a bit awkward to pose Captain America holding a shield. That's not his actual trademark shield. But as you will notice, each one of these come with a lenticular shield, which is basically like a hologram where one side is there. It has scenes from the comics, but mainly it's just like their unmasked and masked versions on a lot of the heroes. So you get Steve Rogers. You twist it a little bit and you can see Captain America. So the heroes had circle shields and the villains had square shield. Not really many other accessories apart from that. I think you had some interchangeable lenticular cards that you could put into the shields. But Wave 1 consisted of Captain America, Doctor Doom, Doc Ock, and Iron Man. And little tidbit for people, the actual Secret Wars figure has Tony Stark as the lenticular shield, right? But in the comic, it's Rhodey. Yeah. So they got it wrong.
It does on the back of the packaging. It does say that it's Rhodey, but in the lenticular, it's Tony Stark's face.
It's a little tidbit there. Tony Stark on the lenticular shield isn't actually Tony Stark in the Secret Wars story. Iron Man's in there, but it's Rhodey behind the mask. And then we get Kang as well, which is the first ever Krang. I do think Mego made some of these characters before this line came out, but it was definitely the first time we got characters like Kang in the line at all. And then we didn't see Kang again until like Marvel Legends, right? Surely. So big gaps between some of these characters.
He must have been in Toy Biz, sure, like the Fantastic Four line, maybe.
I don't think
he must have done a Kang.
I don't think we did the secret. We've done Fantastic Four line on this channel, and I don't think Kang was in it.
No,
I don't think so. Was Kang in the Secret War? Not Secret. Was in the Toy Biz Fantastic Four line? Anyone know? Anyone do that quick bit of googling for us? I don't think he was. But anyway, Wave 1. Let's break this down, all right then, Rich. So, if they were to do a brand new Secret Wars retro card now, the first question is about these shields, right? Lenticular shields. I wouldn't want them to give us a lenticular shield instead of Captain America's shield. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's more important to me than the lenticular shield. I see that as a gimmick, a bonus. I wouldn't display
would you not, hang on, you're overthinking this now. Okay. Would you prefer 2 hands or lenticular shield? That's what you've got to be thinking, Dan.
No.
What are you after, fisted hands or lenticular shield? That's where we're going, come on.
It's an awkward one, isn't it? Because the lenticular shield is the gimmick. It's like the nostalgic gimmick, like, whether you liked it or not, that was the gimmick of this toy line. So if you're going to make a tribute of this toy line today, it would be like a little miss, if it wasn't there. They need to some way pay tribute to that in the new line. I don't know how, but I wouldn't want to sacrifice any accessories I would actually use in my display. Like, just think, Captain America, for example, we haven't got like a regular 616 Steve Rogers Captain America completely pinless. The only pinless Captain America we have is the Ultimate Captain America, which wears like the more modern costume with the chainmail and stuff like that. We have yet to get, I think, the definitive pinless Captain America, Marvel Legend Captain America. So if they were going to do a Captain America in this Secret Wars line, I'd be fine with that, because it's an opportunity for them to give us an updated pinless Cap in his classic look. So I think for me, Cap would be fine as a choice if they do give us those updates rather than just a reissue of, like, I don't know, the one that we got in the 20th anniversary line or something like this. Do you agree, Rich? There's opportunity here to revisit some of these characters and give us the upgrades that we now deserve in the line.
I mean, I think so, but I just think that not every character in this Secret Wars wave is going to be like updated and pinless. I think there are going to be characters that will be like updated. I'm going to have new characters as well, but I don't think everything is going to be. So, I don't think the lenticular shields would be like expensive. It's not like hologram. It's literally just 2 images with like the plastic slotted to make it 2 things. So why not both? The lenticular shield, normal shield, and 2 hands. Come on.
You do know Hasbro just released this,
$50.
right? Hasbro just today released this. Full of accessories. We're going crazy. Lenticular shields and interchangeable hands. We're asking for too much. No, you're not wrong. There's no reason why they can't do a bit of both. Again, the lenticular shield is just a gimmick. I wouldn't actually use it in my display. It would sit in a box.
You could do, if you did that packaging right, so you could still do the lenticular shield, and instead of like the inserts, that's where you could put like the normal shield.
Yeah.
You could still kind of fudge it in, I think.
I don't think you can release a Captain America in the Marvel Legends line without giving us a shield. I know that people are going to think, we've already got loads of Captain Americas. I've got loads of spare shields. I don't need another one. Look, every figure could be somebody's first figure. Remember that. Not everyone's been a collector for years. Every figure could be someone's gateway into collecting or whatever. So you can't release a Captain America without his trademark shield. You just can't do it. So if they're going to release a Cap, you have to get a shield.
Little Johnny's going to go into the Target and be like, Mom, I remember that classic Secret Wars line. I really want that Captain America, but he didn't come with a shield, so I won't buy him. I'm going to buy Pokemon cards instead.
Oh, my God.
I can see that happening now, Dan.
I can 100%. Poor little Jimmy. Okay, so there's potential. Captain America, I don't mind it. It's a good choice for Secret Wars. He does lead the good guy team within the story. But again, opportunity for upgrades. Will they give us upgrades? I don't know, but possibility. Moving on to Dr. Doom there. Now, in last year's summer program, we did actually get a Secret Wars 2-pack, but it wasn't promoted as Secret Wars. We got Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and Dr. Doom in their Secret Wars costumes, like exactly how they appeared. So, like, again, that 2-pack and this Rogue and Destiny pack, like, they're character designs that will fit perfectly in a Secret Wars collection. I've got an image here of all the characters, I think. I've pulled an image from the comic. So there you go. So there's your roster of good guys and bad guys, essentially. So as we go through the figures that they actually released, you'll be able to notice which ones were in the comic and which ones wasn't, because they did put some characters in the line that weren't even in the comic at all. Like, so it's a bit random. But again, Captain America, you can see him right there, leading the team. He's fair game. Next to him was Monica Rambeau. We already have in the Marvel Legends line. Who else did we get? Dr. Doom's down here, who we're on now. Dr. Doom. Right there. Oh, you can't see his costume because it's only his head, but he's wearing the accurate costume from that figure. So we'll keep coming back to that image to check.
Basically, with all the villains that we've had in looks that look like that, we've had every single one of them. And with the heroes, it's like with Rogue coming, the only ones we haven't had are Wasp in that look and She-Hulk in that look. Exactly,
and that is the point of this stream, Rich. We're going to break it down and figure out what we actually need. What it is they're missing. So we'll come back round to it. Let's keep going. Okay, so we've already got a Doctor Doom. Would they release Doctor Doom? Again, character Doctor Doom would make sense on this card. He's a big part of Secret Wars. He would make sense on the card. But considering we got him last year, would they really release the same costume design Doctor Doom on the Secret Wars card a year later? Would they do that, Rich?
I mean, they might do it, but I don't think they should. I think that 2-pack is good on its own. Like that Monica Rambeau is her Secret Wars look. It is a good looking figure. Looks like that Captain Marvel. This looks like Doom from that. I don't think we need it again. But again, there might be people who maybe didn't want Monica, only wanted Doom. So, I mean, you could put like a Doombot head with it to have Doombots, and then people could fit. Or it could be, this could be a straight up Wave 1 re-release. Like just remade with Hasbro figures. Yep. So if it's that, then I could see Doom being in it that way. But I don't think they're gonna do a straight up re-release of everything from Wave 1. I don't think.
I always remember something that Ryan Singh said in many of the interviews over the years. If they are going to release a character again, because remember, big characters they do have to keep releasing to get new collectors on and it make them keep the A-listers available essentially. But if they do have to release a character again, they like to change the format. So like you said, last time he was in the plastic free packaging, which let's be honest, collectors didn't like with Monica Rambeau. Now they offer an opportunity to put the accurate costume design on the actual card that would make sense a year later. It is a different format. I do think there's potential there for it, but like you said, to entice people, a Doombot head, so people could think, oh, here's a single packed way to create a Doombot. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah. Again, I'd like Doctor Doom on the card. Do you know, like, again, if I'm just going to collect a set of cards to be a tribute to this line, again, not super nostalgic for this line as such. So again, I wasn't born yet, essentially, but I still fondly remember these figures as such. Not so much the card back, but if I was going to build a tribute line now, I'd take a Doctor Doom. What I wouldn't like on a retro card, well, I would like on a retro card, but not on this retro card, is Dr. Octopus. Okay, so we all know I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so you know where I'm going with this, all right? Dr. Octopus would absolutely make sense on the Secret Wars card. He was one of the characters, one of the villains pulled in. He's in the fair game. However, we have yet to get Dr. Octopus on a Marvel Legends Spider-Man retro card, which the Rose Gallery is filling out. There's only a couple of characters, couple of key Spider-Man villains now we are missing on the retro card. One of them's Chameleon, which you all know I'm praying we get a Chameleon on the Spider-Man retro card. But the other one is Doc Ock. The way we got Doc Ock in the animated series was via the VHS box set, which is all well and good, but I would like him on a retro card. And I thought him being on the VHS meant, oh, we're not going to get him on the retro card. But we have just got a Carnage on the retro card, who we also had in the VHS. So just because they're in the VHS doesn't mean they're off the table for retro cards. So that does give me some hope. There's some potential for a Doc Ock retro card. But if we get Doc Ock on a Secret Wars retro card, there's probably less likely we're going to get him on a Spider-Man retro card. So I don't mind if they miss Doc Ock here, but I do think Doc Ock on a single card would be welcomed by some collectors. What do you think, Rich?
I think it would, but I just think for the tentacles, I don't think it's going to be a regular release. I think that's the problem you've got with it being on a retro card as well. Like usually it's like been deluxe figures or in like 2-packs if they've released a Doc Ock, haven't it? There's been, well, God, it was probably, was it the Rhino Build-A-Figure was the last Doc Ock we had?
He was in the SP/DR wave, but he didn't have a Build-A-Figure piece, so you didn't need to get him, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Speeder, as they say overseas. I had to learn how to say that, you know, because I kept calling him Spider SP//DR, but apparently you pronounce it Speeder. Now you know.
Titania.
No, not Titania. Right. And then Iron Man. Let's move across to Iron Man. So again, Iron Man's in the story. We can go back to that image of all the characters. Iron Man is absolutely there, but it's Rhodey. It's Rhodey underneath the mask, not Tony Stark. But that doesn't matter. It's still the classic Iron Man costume. Now, we have just got an Iron Man retro card wave, which came with 3 Iron Man figures. One of them was the classic sort of Neo armor, like the model, what was it, Model 9 or whatever it was. So, as much as he would look great on a Secret Wars retro card, I don't think Iron Man would be one of our options, considering we have just had an Iron Man retro card. Would you sort of agree with that logic, Rich?
I could see them doing it if they give us an alternate Rhodey head, because they've never done an Iron Man figure with a Rhodey head, see? So if they did that, then I could see them fudging it. And it's an easy... that armor is more or less out there anyway. It's not that hard to, like, put that together again.
Interesting.
So I could see... if they did that, then I could see it. And then I think a lot of people would buy it because it's Rhodey under there. So.
You're not wrong. The only place we have got an unmasked Rhodey head so far is in that Deluxe War Machine, like, Deluxe pack. And I know a lot of people would like that's one of those sought after figures now. So if they wanted to put another Rhodey head out there into the world, you're not wrong. They've never put Rhodey on the regular yellow and red, and they could package it like we did recently with the Prowler that actually came packaged with the unmasked head. They could do it that way to make it a little bit different to the Iron Man figures we have already gotten. That's a good point, Rich. It's a good point. That is a way they could do that. And would I be mad at it? I don't think I would, because it makes sense. Like, I don't mind things that make sense. So yeah, a Rhodey head on an Iron Man body in the retro card for the Secret Wars. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then Kang. So we think Kang is high potential, don't we, Rich? And why do we think Kang is high potential to be somewhat associated with Secret Wars anniversary this year?
He's got a gun, Dan, because he's got a gun.
He does have a gun. He has a bloody gun. Let me get this image of his gun. So, okay, this isn't Secret Wars 1984 Kang, but this is still Kang, absolutely. And you'll notice he has a big gun. Now, if you're even more eagle-eyed, you will notice it is very similar to the gun that Hasbro have teased. Again, the photoshopping skill that I possess is beyond none. Like, I don't understand why I haven't got a job in graphic design. Like, absolutely.
Did you have to use the artificial AI for that?
Oh, 3 days that took me. 3 days. Really intense work. Yeah, really good. Anyway.
Amazing
work. Thank you. So we think, and not just us, we weren't the first people to put this together. Again, I think the community collectively pieced this one together, where the weapon that Hasbro shown was very much the weapon that Kang is holding in this cover. Now, this could just be a red herring. They may shove this gun with somebody else. It may not be Kang, but it would make sense for it to be Kang. Where else would it make sense for Kang to be released again? Remember, I said earlier, Ryan Tinger said if they're going to release the same character, release it in a different format. The last time we got Kang was in a regular Build-A-Figure wave. We've never had him on a retro card. We never got him in the Fantastic Four line like we mentioned earlier. So why not put Kang on a Secret Wars retro card, and that is where we get that big gun.
And there was a point as well when that original figure was released, you couldn't get it anywhere for love of money. It was exactly. It's when that released, that was like the one that sold. So they might be, oh, well, that was popular, we'll do it again. If they do it again, the one thing I hope, which I know it's pipe dream, Dan, it's a big pipe dream, but I hope they do soft goods on that bloody like dress uniform thing. Yeah, because that is the only criticism I have with that, is the articulation on it is very restricted to that, and it's very heavy as well.
He hasn't got a crutch, has he? It's just got the ball joint at the waist.
Just the ball joint, yeah. But it's not it looks nice, but it's not good for posing, I don't think.
Yeah, so I think Kang in this line is fair game, because like you said, the last time he came out, he was pretty sought after, and it's a different format release as well for a character. Again, he's been in the zeitgeist. I know that, unfortunately, Jonathan Majors has had some trouble, but he was lingering in the zeitgeist for the MCU for a while. Obviously, I think plans are going to change now, unfortunately. But he was hyping up in the pop culture for a little bit as well. Which, again, I know that point annoys some people, but it's just the reality. Like when these characters are more embedded in pop culture and the movies and whatever, then it's more encouraging for the toy companies to get behind these characters. Remember, Hasbro have to approve every character they make via their licensee, which is Disney. Do you know what I mean? So it's easier to get things approved when they're like, oh, Kang's a character in the new Ant-Man movie. Can we make him? They'll be like, yeah, sure. Do you know, like, so when characters are in the pop culture, it's easy to get them. It's more likely we're going to get them out there. So I think these figures are always made like a year in advance or planned out a year in advance, as we know. So Kang could have easily have went, yeah, let's put Kang back in there. He's another popular character people still want. Let's whack him out. And they've given him a new gun. And maybe, Rich, maybe soft goods. Maybe soft goods. We have got a few soft goods this year. Well, I say we got 2 capes. We got Doctor Doom's cape and Odin's cape are soft goods.
2 capes, 1 gun.
2 capes, yeah. So yeah, I think Kang's a possibility here. Like, I would not be surprised if we seen that gun packed with Kang and he's in the Secret Wars pack. Would I prefer to see Kang in a pack with a throne? Yes, I think I would. What about you, Rich?
What a throne? Yeah. No, I do not want Kang with a throne.
On his little time frame, I would.
No.
I would. Okay, so you'd rather him be on the retro card?
Yeah, rather than be on the retro cards.
Okay, cool. So wave one.
my throne white riders for 2025 with Madam Web, with Thanos, with Black Panther. He would fit right in on that, wouldn't he? Would fit in.
We'll put him in there. I'll be happy with that one. Yeah. Next year's summer program, Thrones. We figured it out. Okay, so wave one, I think we can agree, Rich, makes sense. Like, this is a solid wave one. 2 main good guys, and then some bad guys that actually make sense, that are in the story, in their comic accurate designs. So I think Mattel did a good job with this one. Wave one makes sense. Agreed?
It does make sense, but for me, I would say Hasbro wouldn't do Doctor Doom again too soon, and I don't think they'll do Doc Octopus because of the tentacles. It'd be too expensive. So I reckon there's 3 viable options in wave one. I would say Captain America, Iron Man, and Kang. And I think out of those 3, Kang is probably the most likely to that accessory.
Agreed. That accessory tease does make us think Kang is likely to be associated or released this year, where it would make sense for Kang to be released right here in a Secret Wars tribute. Remember, all of this is rumor and speculation. We're just talking out loud amongst friends with you guys in the chat. So remember, get your thoughts in and I'll read a couple out as we go through. But okay, so wave one was for 5 figures. Let's go across to wave 2. Wave... still wave 1. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, it's variants. Okay, cool. Let's continue. Okay, so Magneto, Spider-Man, and brown costumed Wolverine. So there's definitely some breaking down with this. Okay, so Magneto. We've had a few Magnetos in the red and purple, to be honest. But have we ever got one single packed? Yes, we did this year in the X-Men VHS line, the X-Men 97 line, sorry. So that makes me think he's probably off the table to be on another retro card within the same calendar year. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would say that, unless they really updated him and did a lot of new stuff. But I can't see it for a Secret Wars figure. I don't think Magneto will be made. Agreed.
Magneto is fair game. By the way, I should sort of, if I refer back to our image of all the characters, where is it? You'll notice Magneto isn't in either of these images. But Magneto was actually drafted into the good guy team at the start. And then the good guys didn't understand why. So they sort of kicked him off and he went off and made his own. He runs away with
Wasp,
like we were referring to earlier. So Magneto is definitely in the story, but he's just not in this image. So Magneto is an absolutely fair character for release. So again, he's already been released this year in that exact costume in relation with the X-Men 97 series. So I don't think we're going to get Magneto on another retro card in the same calendar year. It just makes sense. So let's skip Magneto. Let's go across to Spider-Man. Now, Spider-Man is arguably one of the characters that we have gotten the most in the Marvel Legends line. He's got to be up there, right? Him, Iron Man, and Wolverine are all up there, right? So
yeah, he sells. Spider-Man sells.
Exactly, Spider-Man sells. He's a popular character though as well. Do you know he sells for a reason? It's like people want him, and like there's the figures, the good Spider-Man figures always get very hard to get on the aftermarket as well, because the community eat them up. Try and get try and get the Spider-Man retro cards, any of the single pack Spider-Man retro cards right now at retail. You won't be able to do it. Try and get the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows 2-pack with Spinneret. You won't be able to do it. Try and get the Spider-Man 60th anniversary on the retro card re-release or the original Super Program for retail. You won't be able to do it. The Spider-Man figures, undeniably, go. They are popular.
I
People buy them.
just want to give a little bit of a shout out to the community. You should really stop eating figures. It's not good for you when they don't come out the other end properly. Just stop it.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. But my point is, and like Rich was saying, Spider-Man sells. So I think putting a Spider-Man on the Secret Wars card would make sense. But we are going to have a conversation about his costume, all right? So before the chat start jumping at us, black suit, okay? Let's just pretend that doesn't exist for a moment and think, would they do Spider-Man in his regular blue and red costume on the Secret Wars card? Do you think they would, Rich?
I mean, they could do like Toy Biz did, like a battle damage Spider-Man.
Ravaged,
like
battle ravaged.
Yeah. But I think, like you said, I think a Spider-Man will be in this wave, but I don't think it's going to be this one, because I think being the 40th anniversary of Secret Wars, it's also the 40th anniversary of that said other suit. So yeah, I think it'll be that.
Agreed. I'm trying to remember what issue number that was. Do you remember off the top of your head what issue of Secret Wars that was?
5 or 6?
5 or 6.
Or 3? Is it 3?
No. I think it's 8. It's 8. I've got it.
Oh, no idea.
No worry. So yeah, we will come back to that issue 8 in a moment. But okay, let's keep going. So okay, Spider-Man, we'll talk about in a second. Now let's get on to brown suit Wolverine. Now, let's be honest. Just like Spider-Man, we've had a lot of Wolverines. This year, we have been celebrating Wolverine's anniversary. We have already had a lot of Wolverine figures. But Dan Yoon keeps bloody teasing us. Every time he reveals a Wolverine, he's like, but there's more. But what's that in a scary movie? He's like, but wait, there's more. That's what I feel like Dan Yoon does every time he reveals a Wolverine. He's like, but wait, there's more. So we've just got...
You'll be able to do a top 10 list of Wolverines this year.
Oh, that's going to happen. I will do a top 10 of Wolverines this year. It will happen, all right? So the last Wolverine we got in the Marvel Legends line was the sort of, what did they call it? The Ghost Wolverine? What was he called? The Flamed Head? Halverine, yes. Okay, so we've just got Halverine, which is sort of in his brown suit, but they didn't give us the interchangeable parts to make him a regular brown suit Wolverine. And it was on the older body anyway, so again, it is what it is. But in Wolverine's anniversary year and the amount of Wolverine figures we have gotten this year, we have yet to get like a standard update of one of his most popular costumes. Again, it depends on your era of comic reading, your point of reference, etc. But I think the community will agree in unison that the two biggest Wolverine costumes are his brown suit and his tiger stripe. Would that be wrong? If I had to pick the two most popular, that'd be the ones, right?
I would say so.
Yeah, cool. So we have yet to get the definitive. I mean, I don't even know if I'm saying
definitive.
That. Thank you, definitive. We are yet to get the definitive brown suit Wolverine, and we have been getting a lot of upgrades with the Wolverine body. I've just reviewed the Astonishing X-Men Wolverine on my channel, and it actually had new articulation with the ball joint at the top, inverted ab crunch. We now have pinless Wolverines. This year we have already gotten probably the best tiger stripe Wolverine on the X-Men 97 card back as well. So we have gotten lots of great opportunities at other costumes with the new Marvel Legends updates, but we have yet to get a brown suit update. Is this the place, Rich, they can amend that right and give us a brown suit Wolverine with all the new pinless tech, articulation, all the stuff we need on a Secret Wars card? Or is that other Wolverine that Dan Yoon keeps teasing going to end up somewhere else?
I mean, it seems like a layup, because like you said, they've got that X-Men 97 Wolverine body. It's an easy repaint to get to this figure. The only problem is, it's that fucking rock again, Danu, isn't it? It's that bloody rock. And everyone seems to have come to the collective conclusion that rock is going to be some kind of X-Men arcade pack with a Sentinel and possibly this Wolverine. So would they release 2 versions of Wolverine? Now they could, if that was like some kind of exclusive that was pixelated, and then the regular one is on the Secret Wars. I mean, they did it with Mojo. You had Mojo as that 3-pack exclusive with Dazzler and Longshot, and then the deluxe was released again. So that way you're gonna have, 2 people are gonna be pleased. You're gonna have a pixelated exclusive Wolverine, and then you can have this regular Wolverine. Like Spider-Man, Wolverine sells. he's going to be the big focus of the MCU this year with Deadpool and Wolverine. So I could see him being in this wave, but then it's that Rock makes me think, would they do it twice? And when there's so many other characters they could do, is that just wasting a slot? But then it's hard because they have so many Wolverines this year, and we know there's at least one more Wolverine coming this year.
They're not scared of doing Wolverine.
It's hard to tell.
They're not scared. It would make sense though. This is one of those things where I know people will say, "Oh no, not another Wolverine." Like I get it. There's a lot of Wolverines. But let's be honest, when it comes to utilising the upgrades of Marvel Legends, we always want the best representation of these characters in our collection. Brown Suit Wolverine is a costume design that is worthy of these new pinless updates, etc. So if they're going to release a Brown Suit Wolverine single pack on the Secret Wars card, I wouldn't complain. It would make sense as a tribute to the line that this is a tribute to, but also because we need that in the Legends line. Like it's a natural way to get that upgrade into the Legends line while it's relevant. And again, like Rich said, Wolverine and Deadpool is going to be the biggest movie of the year. Do you know, like Wolverine's going to be out there in the zeitgeist. Hasbro don't need another reason to put more Wolverines on the shelf.
Will it be bigger than Madam Web though? Will it really? Not in my heart, Dan. It's gonna be. I have to do a lot to top that.
Did that come out this year, did it? Or was it end of last year? It was this year.
Well, this year. I think when did Valentine's Day? I went to somewhere for Valentine's Day.
Oh, your poor boyfriend. Bloody hell. Did he like it?
Yeah, I think he did. Honestly, I've taken him to much worse films than that, I tell you.
I will watch it. I will be back with a review one day. When it's on Netflix, I'll watch it, I promise. Okay, Wolverine makes sense. So there you go. There's those figures. Let's keep going. Okay, so now we're on Series 2. So let's start breaking down Series 2. First up, do you remember that scene in Secret Wars, Rich, where Baron Zemo is doing that thing, you know, like all the stuff that he does? Great.
Is that issue 13, that, is it?
Yeah, issue 13. You will notice that me and Rich are alluding to an issue that doesn't exist, because that's right, Baron Mordo was never in Secret Wars, not even in a single
And neither was Baron Zemo either.
Oh, what do I say?
Modo.
Oh, I just want Modo in my life. Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo. Again, let's look at this image. Look at those villains. No Baron Zemo in there. No Baron Zemo. But we've already got a Baron Zemo this year in the Marvel Legends line. Where did we get him, Rich?
In the Amazon exclusive 2-pack with Armanzola.
Indeed, we did. So, again, because he's not in the Secret Wars...
I feel like you tested me tonight on my quiz knowledge, and I'm prepared. I am prepared enough, Dan.
Just checking. Wait for the geography question at the end. Just get you really excited that you're really knowledgeable, and then I'll bring you a bit down.
I would be leaving early tonight. Just let me know. Got things to do.
So yeah, I don't think. Like again, we've already had this character this year already. He wasn't actually in the Secret Wars thing. I don't know why they put him in this. I don't know. I don't know why that was the decision made. You're gonna have to ask someone at Mattel. But he wasn't in Secret Wars. We've already had him this year in the Marvel Legends line. I don't think we're going to get Zemo on the retro card. Do you agree?
No, I would agree with that.
Okay, cool. Good stuff. Moving on. Now, again, Daredevil may have been fighting Baron Zemo in issue 13 of Secret Wars. We will never know, because that's right. Daredevil was also never in the Secret Wars series. He wasn't there, people, all right? However, unlike Baron Zemo, I do think the community would welcome a new single-packed Daredevil. Now, the last couple of Daredevils we've gotten have been packed with other things. The last time we got Daredevil was on the new body, which people want, which is a Renew Your Vows body, but it came the cel-shaded version with the Hydro Man, which I know some people just didn't want a Hydro Man, so they don't want it, and they don't like the cel shading, so they didn't want it. The time before that we got a new Daredevil was in the free pack with Bullseye and the White Elektra, which was a great free pack, by the way, apart from the Bullseye, I didn't care too much for, but Elektra, Daredevil, welcomed addition to the shelf. And that is very hard to get on the aftermarket as well. Like, that is another one of those sets that you're not going to be able to find. So I do think a straight up, all red, no cel shaded, updated Daredevil that we already have, just released single packed on this card, would be welcomed via the community. Would it make sense for Secret Wars? Well, not for the cartoon, but again, if it's a tribute to the toy line, he was in the toy line. Do you know, like, so how do you feel about Daredevil? There's definitely a way they can make it work in the line for the line tribute, but also for the community, right?
I mean, we've got She-Hulk in an Iron Man wave, like I keep saying. I wouldn't be surprised if blinking Wiccan was in this line. It could be any character. I think any character's fair game in Hasbro at this point. It's just a gimmick, the retro packaging. So Daredevil would fit in, like you said. They've already got that body ready to go. Just need to repaint on it. It would be like a cheap filler, and again, it would be on the newer back as well. So that would please people rather than reusing that other one. I just think for a first wave. I think there's a lot more characters that people want who actually appeared in the comic book. And when Hasbro did do that 3.75-inch line, they did focus on characters who appeared in the comic book. So I could see Daredevil on this card in the future, but I think for now, I would say no.
Okay, all right. Well, continuing the talk with characters that was not in the story, let's go to Falcon, because Falcon, by the way, this is a gimmick because also Hobgoblin was also not in. So these next two, Falcon and Hobgoblin, again, we're in the toy line, like fair game in the toy line, but we're not in the Secret Wars story. Not even a spin-off or a side panel. They just weren't in there. They just didn't appear. So again, Mattel knew something. Maybe Mattel got the template of a story that got changed throughout the course of the year. We don't know, but Mattel at some point made a Baron Zemo, a Daredevil, Falcon, and Hobgoblin to accompany a comic that never had these characters. So clearly Mattel, I think, were given misinformation. Maybe these characters were originally going to be in the story. We will never know. But when it comes to Falcon, we have had him a couple of times now, Rich, but not in his most accurate classic costume, and we haven't had a Red Wing either with him yet in comic form, have we? So
no,
I do think there's a way here where, again, like Daredevil, does he need to be in this line right now? Probably not. But I think a classic costumed Falcon with a little Red Wing accessory would be welcomed. But again, are you going to get a Falcon with his big wings in a retro card? Well, they've already done it, haven't they, to be fair? So I don't know. Classic look Falcon, would we want him in this card?
No, I could see this happening purely because, right, obviously we know it's like 18 months or whatever to get a figure into production. And if this year had run as it was supposed to, Captain America 4 would have already been released earlier this year.
Yeah.
And that was like a Sam in the cap suit. So to get a classic retro Falcon in that year, this is a good way to do it. So I could see it. Again, it depends if they go in comic or toy line. It depends what they're doing. But yeah, out of the four characters who are not in Secret Wars, I would say he's probably the most likely of the four.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's definitely a way that Hasbro could make it make sense. Like you said, this year was meant to be a big Falcon Captain America movie year, but the movie got delayed. Not Hasbro's fault, so they might have snuck in a classic Falcon in the year, because we do need a classic costume design. The two that we've got recently are in different costumes, more modernish. This sort of big, long V-neck with a red and white, and then we haven't had a Red Wing at all. I do think a Red Wing accessory in the 6-inch line would be welcomed, so there's ways they can make it work where the community wouldn't be too mad. And again, he was on the original toy line. So that's always the way to justify it. If they're in the comic or in the original toy line, I think those characters are fair game. Hobgoblin, however, I don't think's needed at all, really. Just like Baron Zemo. Like, we've had him in the Spider-Man retro card. He's in the Build-A-Figure wave. I think we've had 2 opportunities to get him. One on the retro card, one on the Build-A-Figure. And it's Green Goblin we've had the VHS of. And so I don't know, like, I just don't see it. I don't see any need for it, Rich.
No, I would say him and Zemo are probably the least likely. I think we've had a lot of them lately, and it doesn't really fit on this. Like, you can't even, like, tie it in. And I don't think he's one that's crying out for an update from people either.
Yeah, agreed. Just looking at the chat real quick, Cat Liv says, I'd buy a deep V Cat Falcon. I just the point I was alluding to, I would do the same. Also, John Compulsive Collector says, Mattel was doing what they wanted, and Marvel was just publishing a series with the title Mattel wanted, because the word secret and wars tested well with kids to help drive sales. And that is exactly what we were referring to earlier. Secret Wars was Mattel's name.
That's what I love as a child.
There you go. Super chat from Mikey Moon Boots. Thank you very much.
Mikey Moon Boots donated £9.99. Justice for AOA. Perfect opportunity for new Wrecking Crew update.
Cheers to you, Mikey Moon Boots. I appreciate that super chat. He says, Justice for AOA. What's he referring to there? Don't know. Not a clue. Not a clue. Perfect opportunity for new Wrecking Crew update. Yes, of course we are going to come back round to what characters would make more sense on this card. And Wrecking Crew may be one of them, because you've probably already noticed in this picture of all the characters that appeared at the start of Secret Wars, the Wrecking Crew is standing right there. They were one of those villainous teams that were selected in the villainous group. So they are definitely worthy of a redo. So yes, we will come back round to talking about the Wrecking Crew. Great opportunity for Hasbro to give us some new characters. Would I prefer the Wrecking Crew in a box set rather than 4 of them single packed on these cards? Probably, but we'll come to that conversation shortly. But thank you very much. And then Andy B agrees with us. He says, "Nah, we don't need a Hobgoblin." California SL says, "Build a Red Wing. Build a Red Wing." No, we don't. Imagine that. No, we're past the days of
small build wings last time, didn't we? Remember the build a wing wave?
Yeah, we did. We did. Right. So right at the bottom there, you will see Spider-Man in his black suit. So it is no secret to Marvel fans that Spider-Man's black suit debuted in issue 8 of Secret Wars. I'm just trying to get the image here to show you. Here it is. Issue 8 of Secret Wars, front and center, Spider-Man's black costume. Now, of course, that went on to be a symbiote and Venom and Carnage and all, so on and so forth. But back in 1984, Spider-Man was in battle. His costume was ripped. They're on this alien planet with all this futurist tech, and this tech just dripped out a little bit of black, and it fixed his uniform and gave him a black costume. And that's all it was back then. It was just a black costume. But it debuted in Secret Wars. And I'll tell you what we haven't had single packed, Rich, on the brand new pinless body. A black suit Spider-Man. We have had him on the retro card already in the Spider-Man line, but it was the older retro body that with the pins in. We also got him on the pinless body, but it was cel shaded with the elements of blue, and it was in the VHS line, which I can't. Mine's over there somewhere. But my point is, we haven't got a black suited Spider-Man on the newest pinless Spider-Man body yet, single packed. This is the perfect place to do it. Like we said earlier, Spider-Man sales. This is the one layup out this whole bloody wave. Black suit Spider-Man on the new pinless body. I prefer the Renew Your Vows. I know some people out there prefer the 60th, so Rich can give us his preference in a second. But Rich, do you agree? Out of all these characters, the one that just makes the most sense, Spider-Man, he sells well. He was on the original toy line. He debuted in Secret Wars. It's bloody Spider-Man. He needs to be on this card, right?
I mean, what's better than a Peter Parker? It's a Peter Parker covered in goo. That's what we want, Dan. Covered in black alien symbiote goo that he didn't even know was an alien symbiote at the time. He just thought he was getting a fancy upgrade from Battleworld.
Yeah.
And yeah, this one, I would say is a layup. 100% this is going to be in the wave. I would be more shocked if this one wasn't in the wave. That's what I would be like. What? What are you doing?
But this is how I felt about the Mandarin in the Iron Man wave. I thought Mandarin was
I think there were other reasons for that. And I think, like, for the anniversary of Secret Wars, anniversary of the symbiote suit, Spider-Man has got to be in this wave.
It's, just for a show of hits in the chat, some fire emojis, thumbs up, hits, whatever it may be. I just let me see the chat light up for a second, good or bad. If Spider-Man, do you agree that black suit Spider-Man should be in the Secret Wars wave? Whether you buy it or not, as a Marvel fan, do you agree it makes the most sense? It's a version of Spider-Man we have yet to get single packed, completely pinless, non-cel shaded update of black suit Spider-Man on the retro card of Secret Wars, because he was in the comic, because the costume debuted in the comic, because he was in the original toy line. I think the community agree that this has to be in there. Let's have a little look. Mike Heck starts us off with a hits and pals, but of course he does, because that man loves Venom. It's not Venom. It's a black suit, but it was Venom. It all got changed. Stories, 90s, it changed it. But there you go. Lots of hits. Not one person so far disagrees. Oh, wait. Compulsive Collector does. He does this on purpose. John does this on purpose sometimes. He just likes our attention. We just need
He's just sitting there laughing.
We just need to stop giving John our attention. There's no...
In his Kitty Pryde t-shirt.
Oh, my God. John, even I'm confused by that one. How could you not agree with this? Everybody out. Damien's 50-50. How can you even be 50-50? It just makes the most sense. Cobby Mainu with the $5 super chat.
Cobby Mainu donated $5. Black Suit Spider-Man debuted in Amazing Spider-Man 252.
Oh, okay, are we being schooled here? Black Suit Spider-Man debuted in Amazing Spider-Man 252. Thank you, Kobe Mainu. You should be busy recovering for your big game on Sunday, all right? You played great, though, in midfield. I hope you start on Sunday as well, my friend. You need to take that number 6 shirt for Man U. That's what you need to do. Okay. I can't challenge that fact, Rich. Do you have any information on that?
No.
Yeah, I've always thought Black Suit debuted in Secret Wars. So I need some more information, Kobe Mainu. If you're going to come and hit us with facts like that, we need some context. But we do appreciate the super chat.
Like my continents of the world, Tan, my Spider-Man knowledge is lacking. That's why I always usually bring Tanner in when we do a Spider-Man stream.
Well, I've always thought that the Black Suit costume debuted in this issue. Like, this was it. That's what this famous issue was for. That was always been my assumption. Again, you read Secret Wars, that's how it is. Like,
they tie in, though, the issues of the regular series tie in to Secret Wars, don't they, as well?
Okay, so during the year before this issue came out, they may have teased it in the Spider-Man issue, is what you're saying?
It's probably like the same month, because it was like a big crossover. So he found the goo in the Spider-Man issue, and then they expanded on that in the Secret Wars issue.
All right, well, even if it doesn't debut, the fact that this costume's in Secret Wars is still absolutely makes sense for the figure and to the points we were making. But it may have debuted, it maybe appeared somewhere else first, which is fair game, absolutely fair. But let's go back. So Wave 2, there we go. So yes, whether or not it debuted as such, maybe it appeared somewhere else, but there is no denying that the costume, Black Suit Spider-Man costume, was a big deal in Secret Wars, and it would make sense for this line. And the chat agrees as well. There was a lot of hits in that chat. Okay, let's go on to Wave 3. So, the rumour is that Wave 3 was in production as it got cancelled. So, a small run of these 3 characters, which is Electro, Constrictor of the Serpent Society, and Iceman, a small run of these were produced. So, because it was only a smaller quantity run, they shipped them to Europe because it was a smaller market, essentially. They didn't need as many figures to fill certain quotas. Remember, people, the USA is a big place. So, yeah, these were a European exclusive of a cancelled Wave 3, essentially. It was just their gimmick to sort of, without saying, oh, these are the cancelled Wave 3. It's like, no, it's a European exclusive. It's just clever marketing. But it's Electro, Constrictor, and Iceman. And again, these 3 appeared in issue 13 of Secret Wars with Baron Zemo, with Falcon, with Daredevil, with Hobgoblin. They were all in there. They were the extra team. They were on a different moon. They were on the moon of Planet World, I think. That we just never got to that sub story. But none of these appeared in Secret Wars either, Rich. But they made it. They made figures of them. So I don't want to spend too much time on this because I don't think, like Baron Zemo and Hobgoblin, we don't need them on this card. We wouldn't be needed. But I am not going to challenge the fact that we do need a new Iceman. Like, I don't think we've got the best Marvel Legends Iceman yet. So I still think Marvel Legends need a better Iceman in the line, but I don't think Secret Wars is the way to do it. Constrictor, we got in the Hasbro Hero days, which still holds up, to be fair, but it's worthy of an update, I guess. And it is rumoured to be in a 2-pack this year, right?
Is it?
Yeah, Constrictor and Crossbones.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I'd be happy with that. That would be a good 2-pack. Yeah. I didn't even know about that one.
You said
you
go to
Rectangular.
the Church of Rectangular.
I must have been falling asleep at that point, right? You know, sometimes it's a long show.
Oh, that was straight
back and watch. I have to go back and watch.
That was straight from the Church of Rectangular. Yeah, Constrictor is randomly meant to be in a 2-pack with Crossbones. Again, just a rumour.
I would buy that 2-pack.
Yeah, just a rumour.
Thank you, Todd.
Constrictor, if I take him off my shelf, his little tentacles will knock people over. But the Constrictor's not...
Have you got an AOA shelf, by the way?
No, they're all in a box. I did have them on
display. Even Blink?
Yeah, she's with the AOA. Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh.
They will get put on display again, but they got boxed up. So I like to keep all the teams that I like to keep the figures I display together, just together. So when they got...
In a box.
Well, they were put in a box. I'm running out of room. It's an issue. Galactus took up a lot of real estate. Anyway, Rich, do you agree we don't really need any of these on the Secret Wars card?
I don't think we need him on the Secret Wars card, but like you said, I think we do need especially an Iceman. If that Constrictor's come in, hooray, I don't think we need him. But Iceman, definitely. That a retro card with Iceman with a stupid line running down the center of his face.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. And yeah, I think an updated Bobby Drake would be great. And a nice Bobby. We've never had Bobby in his like normal uniform. So that would be good as well. Or Snow Cone, classic Iceman.
Yep.
I'll take all the Icemans.
Yep.
All the Icemans.
Yep, so I completely agree. We're not saying we. I just don't think it makes sense for Secret Wars, but I would welcome a new Iceman in the Marvel Legends line. Same sort of goes for the other two as well. Like, I think the Electro we've got's decent, but I think again now with the pinless tech and all that, you could probably upgrade him. But again, it may be a bit too soon. But anyway, these were the three. These three go for a pretty penny in the aftermarket, by the way, if you're trying to get these on card. To be fair, all the Secret Wars cards do now, because they're 40 years old. Trying to get them on card is not easy. We were at a toy fair recently, and someone was trying to sell carded versions for like £300 a piece. No, thank you. But they're again, I get it, though, if you're nostalgic to it and you were collecting at this time. But trying to get them on the aftermarket will be pretty hard. So, the rest of the line is just basically reissues and multi-packs. So it's the same figures they had, just packed in together. So you got Daredevil, Spider-Man and Captain America and Doctor Doom. They also did vehicles and playsets. Now, we're not going to go into too much detail with these. They've just made up vehicles and stuff to accompany the toy line. There's some fun stuff there for sure. I like the sort of Doom roller, to be honest. I do think that'd be cool. And I also like the Doom Tower of Doom as a playset. They all basically lived in these cities, these fortresses the size of cities. They always talked about being on like the 400th and 10th floor. It was ridiculous. So yeah, these playsets are pretty fun, but we don't need any of these. Like, we could have a whole stream on which one of these would be a great HasLab. Do you have a favourite playset?
Maybe that's this year's HasLab.
Maybe, mate. Just think, Hasbro have yet to tease anything for Marvel HasLab this year. We might not get one. Do you know what I mean? We're just assuming we're going to get one. But they may think, nah, we're not doing one for Marvel this year. We don't know. But if they are, it could be Secret Wars related. We could get a Doom Roller or a Freedom Fighter or even a Doom Tower of Doom. What is your favourite playset, Rich?
Probably the Doom Roller. It's quite unique, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun. I like it. So yeah, some of these playsets actually did come with a figure, which apparently was unique for the time, because a lot of playsets came without the figures. So Mattel was like, no, we're giving them a figure. It's a sale incentive. But there you go. So yeah, Secret Wars. They are all the figures. So that was everything that officially got released. So we're just going to end the stream with some of our own suggestions, okay? So Rich has put together some graphics of characters we should think could be great releases for the Marvel Legends line. Let's start off with the Beyonder. The great and powerful Beyonder who treats gods like they were gnats. So, correct me if I'm wrong, Rich, but we don't actually see the Beyonder in this look in the first Secret Wars, right?
This is from Secret Wars 2, but we used Secret Wars 1. It's in the corner, in the lenticular interchange, in his space armor. Yeah. So either one would be good, because I just can't believe we've never had a Beyonder figure. He's one of those overlooked supervillains of the Marvel Universe. Like, he was the first big bad of the big crossover. And yeah, it would be great. Either look, disco dancing Beyonder or big padded suit Beyonder. Both would be good.
Yeah, I think last week I put the Beyonder in the thumbnail. If I can find an image somewhere. Where did I put it? Yeah, I got him in the big suit in the thumbnail. There he is. There it is, that one. I'd like that one. I think if I had to pick between the two, I think I'd pick that one. That's my mind's eye. I know people like it when I say that, but that is, if someone says Marvel's Beyonder to me, that is the image that pops up in my head. So that is what I would like recreated in plastic for my display. But I wouldn't be mad at the other one either by any means. It's about having that character, fill that void on the shelf. Like Rich said, it's a big villain. So yeah, the Beyonder would be a great choice. Would your preference be his disco costume?
No, it would actually be the other one, but everyone moaned when I used the other one last time. Yeah. So that's why I went with the disco one.
Yeah, cool.
I know they moaned about that. Can't win, Dan. Can't please anyone.
Trust me, I've learnt that in the YouTube comments this week. Can't, it's fine. A quick question then for the chat. Which costume for Beyonder would you prefer? Just the word space or disco? Again, they're not actually called the space or disco armor, just for the sake of this conversation. We'll call this his disco suit, as Cloud put it. So, yeah, space or disco, which Beyonder would you prefer if we got a Marvel Legend of the Beyonder, the space suit, this is from the end of the first, or his disco suit from the second one. Just curious, because again, it's no matter which one they give us, you're going to disappoint some collectors. Do you know, it's just the way it is. So these are the internal conversations that Hasbro have to have with themselves. Let's have a little look what the chat is saying. Jesus says space. Jamie says space. Cloud says I like the armor better. Damien says Buck Rogers. He's very confused. California Red Devil says disco. Sci-fi says space. Boo the armor. Yay to suit, says Andy. Mackerson says space. Dom says space. Phoenix says space. Quinn Comics says space. Encounter Culture says space. John says disco. Aunt Jamelia says disco. Compulsive Collector says disco all day. Jay says space as closer to the Spidey animated version. Oh, I see what he did there. Oh, Jay's got a way of getting me with that Spider-Man animated show. Paul says space, but I do like the disco also. Beyonder is more of a Secret Wars 2 for me. Yes, we did mention that, but Beyonder is the man behind the scenes in Secret Wars 1. So it's about having that character's void filled on the shelf. Christopher Allen, Rich's favourite, says disco. So we end it there. If that's what Christopher Allen wants, that's what we get, right?
That's what we get,
we get. We want the disco one now. We decided together. Right, next up. Everybody's favourite. Not Titania. Titania. This always... I was rereading Secret Wars today, right? And like, where did these two women come from?
So it's a bunch of like people from this town just get like taken along with it when they take them to Battle World, and they decide that Doctor Doom offers to give them powers, and then Titania and the other character we'll see in a minute, they both become supervillains. Like I can't even.
Titania.
This character, Titania, is probably the most well-known because she ends up hooking up with the Absorbing Man, and she becomes like a She-Hulk nemesis and a Hulk nemesis. Like she sticks with the comic books throughout. Again, she was one of the characters that Mattel wanted to design. They wanted like new female supervillains designed, and these two were the ones they made, Titania and the one we'll see next. But yeah, out of all the characters who debuted in Secret Wars, I'd say of the original characters, Titania is probably the most likely. I mean, she was in She-Hulk, the TV show last year. Well loved, that TV show, well loved. But I think this would be a great look. She's a much missing character from the Marvel Legends line, and she will be great.
I was trying to find the exact panel where she explains the name, and I think I found it. So let me get this up on screen. Again, just for the sake of conversation, people, I agree. This would be a great choice for Marvel Legends. She debuted in the story, like Rich said, and we don't have her in the Marvel Legends line, which is very important. I love adding new characters to the collection. Did I save that image properly? But oh, it's gone to that folder. Okay, I know where it is. I hope it zooms in now properly. All right, here it is. Right, so if we zoom in there, they basically want new names. Okay, so she says Titania, which I think it is, but we'll say Titania for the sake of the stream. Titania, like Titan. That's what I want to be called. It's clear away the slag for you, Doom. So she says like Titan, which makes me think it's pronounced Titania. But we prefer Titania on this channel, so that's what we're going to say. But just showing you the
reference. Away? Wasp? Is that what she's away?
No, she throws this big
flag.
California Red Devil donated $4.99.
She does
Titania!
Beyonder Potty Training 2-pack.
Oh, one sec. California Red Devil says Spidey and Beyonder Potty Training 2-pack. Look, yeah, California Red Devil. I know you're joking, but I'd buy it because he did appear on the animated show, and Jay reminded me of that. So now I'm thinking that would make sense. But back. We appreciate the super chat.
Everyone's like, oh, Titania. Oh, fuck off. Shakespeare wrote it first and it was Titania. So I'm going with Titania. Americans say tomato and potato and other things. Other stuff. We say potato as well, don't we?
Potato. Yeah.
Aluminum. Like it's aluminium. What else do they say? Eggplant. It's a courgette. Like, fuck off.
We could do this all day. They have escalator. What is it? Escalators and lifts. They get wrong as well, right? They don't. What do they say?
They get escalators and we got lifts, and we.
Oh, I swear there's a. I'm confusing it with something. Anyway, back to
No, escalators. The stairs, isn't it? They don't have an escalator.
Yeah, but what do the Americans call them? Something else, right? I'm getting it confused with something.
Escalators? No, they call them escalators.
Do they? Okay, ignore me then. Ignore me.
Elevator and lift.
There you go. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, elevator and lift. They call it the elevator. We call it the lift. Because I've asked in America, where's the lift? And they were like, what? Like, where's the lift? And, what? The lift. I want to go upstairs. Oh, the elevator over there. Like, yeah, that's what I was referring to. But yes, look, Titania. She throws a big rock out the window with a flat bottom. It's actually a piece of molten, like, melted nonsense that the other character does in a second that we will be showing off. But it still does look pretty, like, close to that rock, Rich. Does it not, though, in shape?
Maybe every character comes with a rock. Maybe that all pits the battle. But they could do that.
No lenticular shield. Everybody just gets a rock.
Rock in all different colours.
Oh, we have solved it. We've solved it. So Titania comes with an orange rock that she launches out of the window. Look, there she goes. Look, out of the window it goes to show off her tester strength. But yes, she'd be great in figure form. Never had her before. She debuts in the story. I would purchase one. Great choice.
And she took her name from the Greek Titans, didn't she?
Yes, of course she did. Yes. So the other female that was turned into a villainous, super-powered being was Volcana, who has like the molten lavary powers, right? How do you explain her powers, Rich?
Yeah, she's basically like molten and shoots like volcanic energy out of her type of thing.
She can turn back into human mode.
Yeah, and she's quite a bigger character. She's quite like heavy set and a lot taller than a lot of the other characters. So like in her human form, she's got that like pink jumpsuit on, a swimsuit even. And she ends up becoming the girlfriend of Molecule Man. And even in comics for a while, she lives with Molecule Man on Earth. And then she kind of isn't around as much as Titania. She's not, and she becomes a bit of a hero at some points in the comic books, but definitely not as well known as Titania. But again, an easy figure to do because it's just like a molten looking figure. It'd be good to see her do that. And they could do it an easy layup for Magma from the X-Men. Yep. And again, her costume is more or less that She-Hulk figure that we've already had released. They could just do that in like a black, cleary, but not the jumpsuit. I wouldn't want this version. I'd want it in your transform version. I wouldn't want just a woman in a pink jumpsuit. That would be boring.
That's true. It would just be a woman in a pink jumpsuit, but
with a rock.
I was just showing people. There she is. She transforms from her volcanic ways into the human form, and she ends up getting pally with the Molecule Man because he's sensitive. He's going to therapy. He's a sensitive guy.
This is like Love Island for the villains of the Marvel Universe, basically. Like Absorbing Man gets with Titania, Volcana gets with Molecule Man, Magneto gets with Wasp. It's like something for everyone. Poor Doctor Doom. No wonder he's so
To be fair, the heroes are constantly moaning they miss their girlfriends throughout the whole fucking thing. Oh, I miss home. I miss home. Sue's pregnant at the time. Sue's not there, is she? She's got
I do like though at the end Colossus's thing is he goes over and he dumps Kitty Pryde. He realizes I'd rather be stuck on a rock for a fucking year than deal with this horrible character.
Oh wait, what happened to Lockheed? Did he come back? I can't remember. Lockheed was there at the
Yeah, he is there. He does eventually come back. Yeah,
because that was a...
Kitty Pryde is not included. Hooray.
Yeah, Kitty Pryde is not there. Volcana would be a great choice. So I think both of these would be great choices. Titania and Volcana, yes please. Brand new character to Marvel Legends line that absolutely makes sense. But it does make me think, unfortunately, we probably won't get them in the Marvel Legend line because so far me and Rich have suggested 3 characters we have never had that would probably require a little bit of new tooling. So, I don't know. Maybe. Legends have been okay recently. Legends have been okay.
I could see one of these appearing, and if it was to be one, I would say probably Titania of all of them. Because I think Beyond is not as central to the main storyline. If you're going to do the original series, he doesn't really appear in like any of these looks until like right at the end. And then I think Volcana is like a very minor character. But then they made a Red Widow figure. So what do I know, Dan? What do I know?
There's still one more. You got one more for us, and it is the Wasp in her green attire. Now, I'm sure David Evans-Smith has already got his own custom painted version of Secret Wars Wasp, so I have no doubts about it. Shout out David on the replay. But we haven't got this version, of the Wasp in the Marvel Legends line. Now, we did just already get a great Wasp this year, which makes me think it's probably less likely we're going to get another classic Wasp within the same calendar year, which is unfortunate, but this is the Wasp, that costume that Janet is wearing in the story. So it would be a welcome addition.
But my thing is, they like something to tie into like the HasLab coming out, to that Giant Man coming out, and another Wasp that we haven't had, which was kind of, I mean, technically She-Hulk as well, we haven't had on this, but I don't think they're going to do 2 She-Hulk retro cards in 1 year. I would be surprised if She-Hulk was in this wave. So out of all of the other characters, Wasp is the only one missing apart from She-Hulk, and I think she could be likely for that. But at the same time, it depends what way they're going to go. Are they going to focus on the comic book, or are they going to focus on the toy line? And it's like you said, there has been a Wasp this year as well, so it is tricky. But I could see her coming if this line continues into many retro waves. I could see her coming at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we talk about all this, but again, Hasbro could just do their Hasbro stuff and give us characters that don't even appear in the comic or the toy line. Like that is very likely as well. But let's go back to that image of all these villains. So again, looking at all those heroes, like we haven't had Wasp in that costume. By the end of the Secret Wars, I think Jennifer's wearing the Fantastic Four costume, right? I think by the end of it, at least.
Yeah, I think she is.
We've got Monica Rambeau, we've got Cat, we've got Thor, even though Thor's worthy of an update if they wanted to do it. We've just got a good Hawkeye. Lots of Iron Mans, but again, potential to give us an Iron Man with a roadie head. Professor X in his wheelchair. I don't think he needs his wheelchair in Secret Wars, but we've just got a Professor X single packed on the retro card anyway, so the She-Hulk version. Storm, we've got already that costume. Wow, have we got that costume? We've got a similar costume, right, with the Mohawk.
Yeah, we have more or less got that. Yeah. I mean, it looks white there, but it is just a black leather look, just shining, I think.
Yeah, we've got Nightcrawler. We've got Rogue now in the 2-pack that went up for pre-order today, which I keep reminding you, that went up for pre-order today. Lots of accessories, as we know. We've got Wolverine in brown suit, but he's worthy of an update. Colossus we have in that costume. Could we get an updated one? I guess we could, but the one we've got is pretty solid. Like, I'm not complaining about the one we've got. Hulk, we've got plenty of Hulks again.
Look at you missing the one X-Man that, like, you know, you just want to go up in value because you've got it. You've got it in your shelf upstairs. What it is priced to rise. Just ignore that one. Just ignore that one.
I was coming back around, all right? I was trying to skip through the rest. So we've got a Hulk, we've got Spider-Man, we've got Reed, we've got the rest of the Fantastic Four. But yes, Rich was alluding to, we have got right there in the middle Scott Summers in his giant size X-Men costume with his little yellow pants, his blue uniform, that yes, we also need an upgrade for. He also wore that costume, Rich, in the arcade game. So both Wolverine and Cyclops wear the brown suit and the blue jumpsuit in Secret Wars and in the arcade game. So if The Rock is associated to some sort of arcade Sentinel 2-pack, 3-pack, whatever it is, there's potential here that both versions of those costumes we need updates of in the Marvel Legends line. And Hasbro currently have 2 options based off the facts and evidence that we know that they could give us on. Is it likely we could get a Cyclops in an updated like Vulcan body in that costume on the Secret Wars card?
I mean, it would be welcome, and it would fit in with, like, we've had the Cable, we've had that Rogue. It's kind of like, and we've got that Professor X Nishi outfit. It's all the alternate uniforms from X-Men 97. They've fudged in different ways. Yeah. So I could see it, but my guess is they're going to try and do, like, different members of the teams. So, like, someone from the Avengers, someone from the F4, someone from Spider-Man, someone from the X-Men, and then some villains. So I don't think we're going to get more than one X-Man in this wave. So my guess would be Wolverine is more likely than Cyclops, just because he was on that original card.
If Wolverine's packed with The Rock... But that's a good point, actually, because Wolverine was on the original card, maybe that means that he could be Cyclops with The Rock.
With the Rock and the Sentinel.
Again, we don't even know if it is a Rock and Sentinel yet. We're just assuming and hoping
when it's not a Sentinel, when it's just some random thing, we're all going to be like, what?
We don't know, but maybe we don't even know if it is, even if it is a Rock and a Sentinel, we don't even know if it does come with anyone else. We're just guessing and hoping, I suppose. We're usually really wrong on these. We get it right like once in 100. So my point is that there's 2 character designs that we need updates of, and there's a couple of opportunity here that Hasbro could get them out there that would make sense for their line and give us those updates we need. And then finally, once and for all, my £300 2-pack is finally worthless. At one point, that would have went for £300 on the aftermarket. It was there for a rainy day, and now I may as well leave it out in the rain because it's worthless now. Sad times. And then down to the villains real quick. We have got basically all of these in the Marvel Legends line already, including the Wrecking Crew. We have already got them in the Legends line by Hasbro as well. Epic Hero Days, and then I think we got the last one in the Ant-Man wave back in 2015. So they're all worthy of an update. Don't get me wrong, they are worthy of updates, but we have already got them as well. Same as Absorbing Man, he's been a builder figure. We've got a couple of Ultrons. We've got Enchantress in that exact look. She could do with an update though. To be fair, I wouldn't be mad at that.
I would say the four members of the Wrecking Crew, Absorbing Man and Titania. Oh god, Enchantress. I've just got Titania on the brain now. Enchantress. I think those 5 of the existing villains could all do an update. Like that Enchantress just keeps falling over.
Yeah, she's got the heels, lanky legs, heels, single jointed elbows. Yeah, she's a character worthy of the update for sure. We've got
and a regular released Absorbing Man would be good as well, just like a single pack.
Yep, for sure. But is the character too big for a retro card? Maybe, I don't know. Molecule Man we got last year. Again, another. This is what makes me think that they've been planting the seeds for a Secret Wars wave already, because like they've given us characters that make sense for this line within the last 18 months. So it's all leading to a Secret Wars wave, like the 2-pack with Monica Rambeau and Doctor Doom. Then the 2-pack now we've just got with Rogue. We've got Monocle Man last year as well, finally. We got Kang quite recently. Like, they've been planting the seeds for a bigger Secret Wars related thing. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, Rich, so let's end the stream with picking a wave of 6. We'll do it together, okay? We'll pick a wave of 6 together, okay? So...
No, I think you should pick a 6. I should pick a 6, and we get a chat to vote who's the best 6.
But then the chat will have to remember, and I've got to write them down.
Just go write Dan and Rich. They're good, the chat. They listen.
All right, cool. I'm going to end. Let me end this poll that's on there now, then, because I'll forget otherwise. Right, let me end the poll that we've currently got up. So the poll currently said, okay, do you like the idea of a Marvel Legends Secret Wars retro card wave? 59% of you, this is over 288 votes as well. 59% of you said yes. 36% of you said all depends on the character selection. And 6% said no, thank you, not for me. Which is that's only a couple of votes out of 266. So the majority of you out there are intrigued by this concept, at least. It just depends on the character selection, which is usually the place that Hasbro fall down. Like, no one disputes that the figures that we get are not good. It's usually the value, the accessories, the character selection is the place that people have their criticism. So, again, over to you, Hasbro. I'm going to end the poll right there, and then I'll start a new one for this. Okay, let me get a notepad up then, Rich, and write this down. Okay, Dan and Rich, go on. You start thinking of yours, because we can have the same.
I got my 6 would be easy. My 6 would be Symbiote Spider-Man. I think's a given. That's got to be in the wave. Second would be Kang, just because of what's been revealed. I think Kang's got to be in the wave. And again, they both fit in with the original toy line.
Yeah.
Brown Suit Wolverine, I think, is going to be in there. And I think a Rhodey Iron Man. They would be my 4 from the original line.
Okay.
Then I think Titania, pronounced like that. Titania will be in the wave as the 5th figure. And then as the 6th figure, I'm going to put the Thing in there, because I think there's got to be something from the Fantastic Four.
What about human form, Ben Grimm? Because he does turn into his human form, doesn't he?
It could be, but I think it'd be a class, like a Rock Thing in his pants. With updated articulation and double jointed elbows and all pinless. That's what I'm going with, those 6 characters.
Okay, let me just write them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Or should I have gone with salad fingers? Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, another. Let's give us another Reed Richards with those accessories. They do love giving us hand-only accessories at the minute as well. The Thing. Okay. So...
Oh no! Beyond that, I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back.
Too late. You all heard that, people. You all. The selections were locked in. My first choice, the Beyonder. Right. I'm gonna. To be fair, I'm keeping Black Suit Spider-Man as well. I'll keep Kang, like you said, because of that effect, that weapon. It sort of makes us think, and I wouldn't mind Kang on the card. Brown Suit Wolverine, yeah. Who am I missing from yours? Actually, I've only put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 6 is what I think it'll be, because it's a retro wave, so I think it'll be 6.
Yeah, so You had Black Suit Spider-Man, Kang, Brown Suit Wolverine, Titania, The Thing.
An Iron Man, Rhodey.
Iron Man, Rhodey, that's it. Iron Man, Rhodey. Cool. And I'm going to say Brown Suit Wolverine, Kang, Black Suit Spider-Man. I'll change 3 so we're not completely the same. For my new character, I'll say the Beyonder then, just to mix it up. I'll say Space Beyonder as well. Space suit. Then who else from Secret Wars do we need? Like, it might not even make sense. Might not even make sense to the line. Let's have a little look. Who would I want? Doom as a character makes the most sense, but we've just had him. So, I don't want him again. I'm going to say Cap, but all new, updated, pinless. And then one more. So I've got 3 good guys. I'll pick another bad guy. You
haven't got a female in the wave, or
that's true. I'll pick the other female. I'll pick the Volcana then. Okay, so I'll recap these. I'm going to see if I can get them on the screen on my little notepad here. I wrote some notes. Ignore my spelling if it's completely wrong. Let me see if I can get these on the screen. Share. Media file. The chat can tell us their suggestions as well before I put this poll up, if you can see any of them, Rich.
And what we got? Phoenix says we haven't had the classic Thor in forever. Phil Jones says he reckons they'll do Black Suit Spidey, Doom, Iron Man Kang, Cap, and regular Spidey. Doom will have the thigh straps in green this time. Lost and Wallace reckons Claw, Brown Suit Wolverine, Question Creel, and Volcana.
Here we go. I'm just doing some live editing on the fly.
I'm not reading what John's written.
Yeah, just ignore that guy. He just wants our attention.
Taunting me, John. John wants a Jubilee. Thanks, John. Yeah, he just wants those updated team bodies. He loves the Jubilee. Which wasn't in original Secret Wars mind, John, but I'll let you have that one. Let you have it.
All right. Ignore my spelling if it's wrong. I just wanted to put them on the screen so you could see. Okay, there are current choices. Let me drag that down a little bit.
M. Atkinson says re-releasing The Lizard would be nice for people who couldn't get the animated one. Cloud says, I'd love to grab a black suit Spidey for my brother and a brown suit Wolverine for myself. Both pinless. Deep Waters says, Wrecking Crew, Wolverine, and Titania. Chloe's really in need of a redo. Yeah, Lost and Wallace. I would agree with that. Chloe's one that they could do, isn't he?
Yeah, he appears at the end, later on in Secret Wars, for sure. And yeah, we haven't had... No, we did get him in a two... We have had him in a 2-pack with Shuri,
yeah.
But he's not been pinless. We could get a pinless one, but do you really want a pinless Claw again compared to some of these characters?
And my list there, all of mine are updated and pinless and all new sculpts, and they all come with 2 heads and a million accessories, right? Just to let everyone know, thanks.
Yeah, mine all just come with 1 set of hands. That's all you need, right? That's apparently. No, not really. Not really, all right?
And shields. Mine come with shields too. Lenticular shields.
Yeah, of course. They all come with the accessories that make the most sense, all right? The poll is now live in the chat, right? You have to vote for one of us, right? The loser leaves the show and never returns. I'm joking. Imagine.
Why do you lose? What's going to happen there?
The Rich Live show on YouTube every Thursday.
Rich who?
Rich who live?
Who the fuck's this?
Look, that's where the Dan gimmick works. So there you go. So mine is Black Suit Spider-Man, Kang, Brown Suit Wolverine, the Beyonder in his spacesuit, an all-new updated Captain America, and the Volcana, and then Rich is basically the same first 3, but then Titania, Iron Man with Rhodey, and then the Thing. I think I'd prefer mine.
I wish I'd swapped the Thing out with the Beyonder, then I think I would have won.
Thank God. I made that executive decision to be like, no, sorry. You're winning anyway, to be fair.
I think that actually... No, but I think if the Thing was out of it and the Beyonder was in, I think that could be the wave. I think that's quite a good wave.
Yeah,
you've got 4 classic
never
characters.
Give us what we think it's going to be. They always throw us...
No, but I think that's... I mean, who was the only YouTuber who predicted Death's Head?
You.
I think I'm on a roll this time. I think maybe I'm rectangular. Am I Todd?
Is that your alter ego? He does never show his face.
Todd's been carb loading and got a Welsh accent. That's what happened.
Okay, the voting's close. It's currently 50-50. Like, honestly, people, look at that. For your own collections, which would make the most sense? Like, which do you want the most? You don't need another thing, right? That was a terrible choice, right? Surely you want Beyonder and a new Captain America, one of the iconic team leaders. We have yet to get... We've got some good things in the Marvel Legends line. How much better can a new thing be? We need a new Cap. Come on now. We haven't had a Beyonder. He's the person pulling all the strings.
Name the best Volcana moment from comic books, Dan.
Oh,
one moment with her.
When she first got made in Secret Wars. What a moment.
I mean...
Her debut in Secret Wars. This is why she needs to be made on the Secret Wars card. We got I usually stop polls at 50 votes, right? Because 50 is a good number. And you'll notice, Rich, that the poll for us is currently 50-50. We are deadlocked at 50 votes. Finally, I've took the lead with 51. Finally, because
it's like an England match, isn't it? Going to extra time.
Well, I am English, so it would make sense for me to just take it at the end flukily.
I'm not English. We didn't even make the qualifying stages.
That is sad times. Sad times. Okay, we're back to 50-50. We'll let it go to 60 votes. All right, 60 votes. So a few more votes can change this, because only a few more votes can swing it either way. You just can't even see it on the replay. On the replay, look how close it is on the replay. 58 votes, and there's like 2 votes swing right now. 60 votes. I'm ending it because I'm winning, and I don't want to leave my show forever. The poll's ended. I win. Hooray! To be fair, if I didn't be a little rat and not give him the Beyonder, I think Rich would have took that all day long. I do appreciate your love though, chat. Let's change this. Let's get rid of my list. Let's go. Oh, actually, I need to steal the Beyonder. Let's go take the Beyonder. Would you agree, spacesuit?
Yeah, go on, spacesuit.
So, you genuinely think that's what the Secret Wars wave could be?
That's what I would predict. If I was a betting man, that would be my predictions. If I was doing a Secret Wars wave, the first wave, that's what I would do. Again, based off Hasbro's Retro Iron Man wave, this could have anyone in it. Squirrel Girl could be in there. Like D-Man, it could be anything. But I would go with those. I would go with those 6. That's what I would go with.
I would, if that was a Secret Wars wave, I'd be happy. That's a solid, I don't think there's any misses in that wave. Like, we need the new updated Black Suit Spider-Man, pinless. I wouldn't mind another Kang. Like, it's a good character. I'd keep that one on card, maybe, because I've got my other Kang. I don't know. It depends on the differences. Brown Suit Wolverine, we absolutely need a new pinless one. Titania, we don't have in the Marvel Legends line. Iron Man, it's another Iron Man for your Hall of Our Man. If they give us an extra head or something else to change it up, make it a little bit different compared to what we've got. Rhodey head, first time they've done that. That would have been decent. And then beyond that, that's a solid wave, which makes me think that's not what we're going to get, unfortunately. There's always going to be those couple of misses. It's just, unfortunately, it's the Hasbro way. Like, they have a particular budget. They need to spend it. They use some new money on some new tooling, but then there has to be a crappy redo in the line somewhere, or repaint, or an old body mold. There'll be a miss. There's got to be a miss. I hope I'm wrong, by the way. I would like to be proven wrong. Prove me wrong, Hasbro. But I'm looking forward to it. And that, again, this is all just rumor and speculation. We don't even know if that is true. But that is it. That is how we are going to end today's stream. Again, we are only 2 weeks away from this San Diego Comic-Con, where we can hope they reveal Secret Wars, but they could save it until PulseCon. And then at PulseCon, they might not even show anything. Like, we don't know. This is all just rumor and speculation for the sake of conversation amongst friends on a Thursday afternoon live here on YouTube. My missus is writing SOS in the chat, so she clearly wants a cup of tea or something. But I have the after show to do. We've washed our bed sheets, actually, to be fair. So our bed needs to be made, which is always a pain in the ass job. And she broke her finger, so she thinks she can't do anything because her finger's broke.
How'd she break her finger?
I don't think she has broke her finger. I think she's just hit it hard and it's like swollen. I don't think she's broke it, but she's convinced she's broke it. She said she hit it. Look, she says recently disabled and need Dan to make the bed and bring me water. See what I mean? It's not. She uses SOS like one day there's going to be a real emergency and I'm going to ignore her SOS calls because she just uses it too often for silly things. It's like the boy.
If only Hasbro made Amanda, she would have come with an interchangeable hand. She'd have been all right then.
She would have been absolutely fine. Look at one more time, just to end the show. We'll just look at these accessories one more time. Woo! Woo!
Dazzled me and dazzled me.
So
all
many
things in that
accessories.
packaging.
Wow. I don't even know.
So
It's,
many
it's
things.
overwhelming. Just look at this.
Can you imagine? I bet the meeting to decide what in this went on for like weeks, didn't it? What are we gonna put with these figures out?
What's funny is that they actually had to have a conversation about where those hands go in the box, and they've all sat there going, yeah, that would just put them to the side. That was an actual conversation. Usually the hands are like hidden away, but like, no, they're front and center. Like these come with extra hands. I do always appreciate extra hands. I honestly do. But come on now, Hasbro, give us a bit more than that. Anyway, let's get out of here. We're going to go to the bonus show. The bonus show, we will be asking you guys what your 6 figures are for the Secret Wars wave, all right? So start jotting them down if you're wanting to join us on the after show. If you do want to join us on the after show and come for an extra half an hour of content, join the channel membership at the Who Crew Deluxe tier. You get a bonus show every single week, every single Thursday that you can be a part of. Literally, I open up the Zoom call to the people that are watching, the channel members, and you can come on in. You got to be a channel member to be a part of it, or just to watch it. Just if you want to watch extra content, support the channel. Be on the channel. Magical stuff. I always appreciate it, and I do apologise, but no Legends and Liquor this Sunday as England are in the European Championship final for the 2nd consecutive year. This is stuff we are not used to in our timeline. Like this is the lifeline. This is crazy stuff. What sarcastic thing were you about to say, Rich? What?
I went woo.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was a sarcastic
Yay.
word. I do appreciate it. I'll take it. All right. We've got to stay positive. All right. I'm not going to say those 3 words that people say so necessarily. That song will hit different when it is actually, But anyway,
I've got your address. I'm gonna have you like delivered paella or something like.
Sake. Anyway, yeah, so no Legend of Liquor this week, but I will figure out another day for it. Double up. I'm not just going to cancel it and not come back to it. I'll do an extra one. We might do 2 Legend of Liquor on 2 weekends in a row. I think that would be pretty good because we could do a pre-San Diego Comic-Con predictions one next Sunday, and then the Sunday after would be the last day of Comic-Con and San Diego Comic-Con, and we can recap the reveal. So I think 2 Legend of Liquors in a row to accompany and complement the San Diego, like a San Diego Comic-Con sandwich, if you will, for Legend of Liquor would make sense. And that way I could watch the England game this Sunday with my fellow countrymen in the chat, which I'm sure a few of you will be wanting to watch. Right, okay, let's get out of here. Rich, tell the good people that are not following us over to the after show where they can find you online.
Well, this is my last show tonight. I've now lost the
No,
that
was
be a new member joining next week. It's been lovely talking to you all. Thanks for the many years of memories, and I'll see you all around soon.
No, Rich is staying. Rich ain't going nowhere, people.
I've quit this show quite a lot, and I remember when we like pretended that
You were away for a couple of weeks, though. To be fair, that was pretty good. You weren't lying. You were away for a little bit. Go and check out all the reviews on the channel right now. Wolverine, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage. That is in stock in the UK tomorrow. So if you order from the independents, which I always advise you do, that will be in stock tomorrow. In demand, Comic and Cocktails, Star Action Figures, places like that. Hulkbuster, Warbird. Go and check out those reviews. Currently the only ones on YouTube. You are welcome. Go and check them out. Great figures. Summer program is looking hot, undoubtedly. And I say hot as I'm hoping I'll get my hands on Ghost Rider next week. But we shall see. But yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
I'll miss you too, Miguel Rojas. I'll miss you the most.
He ain't going anywhere. Rich is staying put. If you want to, you can go and click that video and watch one of my new reviews, or click that video if you would prefer, or watch them both. Lots of content on the channel for you to enjoy. If you are a channel member, I appreciate you. And if you're on the replay crew, write something in the comments, all right? I appreciate that. Goodbye.